welcome back. We're in Studio 61 here. The third installment of Shaping Connecticut's Future series is back, and today's focus is all about MarTech and AI. So joining me now in the studio is Chief of AI and Data, Dr. Chris Nocera, and also BJ Keto, Chief Strategy Officer at Rebellion Group. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks
We're
for
glad to
having
have
us.
you on the
Thank
program. You. All right, let's get things started. Chris, I want you to first talk to us, our viewers. Tell us what about MarTech. Tell us about that.
Well, it's obviously it's marketing and technology, but it's exploded over the last year with the infusion of AI. So a lot is changing.
And what is the mission of today's event, BJ?
So, like you said, this is the third installment. We've featured sustainability and manufacturing, and we created Shaping CT's Future really to be a platform for conversation within the state for those leading developments and change and innovation and entrepreneurship and really growth of those businesses born from or brought to the state.
Now, we've heard a lot about it. We have seen a lot of what AI can do, but broaden our spectrum a little bit more. What do you foresee in the future and how it relates to Connecticut?
Yeah, absolutely. So, there's 14,000 different MarTech and AI platforms out there. It's continuing to grow. But, we see this as an opportunity for the state and, businesses to both take advantage of these tools to become more efficient in their own processes, in their own marketing, and in their own operations. But also, it has presented new opportunities for businesses to be built in and around these technologies, and that's one of the things that Rebellion Group is doing. Is our AI tool Kraken.ai is really focused on psycholinguistics and customer psychology. So up until now, you really weren't able to process language as fast or at the volume needed until this advent and this growth of AI. So we really believe that brands are missing almost 60% of their marketplace based off of just the historical behavioral data that they're referencing.
Now, Chris, entrepreneurs, business owners, their background ages run the gamut. So some people might find it pretty intimidating. Tech can do that to people. What would you say to those people who are just not sure, what they should be doing to get into the game?
I think that in a lot of ways, AI is taking over almost the way the internet did initially, where it's all of a sudden it's this tool. People kind of understand what it is, but not entirely.
There's still a lot of questions, right? People just still are just learning.
Absolutely. And, we were finding, for example, the way that you talk to the machine entirely dictates what it gives back. One of my colleagues sent a screenshot where he asked for information on Nike's revenue, and the machine sent back, "Sorry, I don't have that information." And then he replied, "Yes, you do," and it answered it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's sort of like you kind of have to be tough with them.
And push a little bit,
Yes.
right? Any other tips that you would have for folks?
There's a lot of great resources online, but it very much is how you phrase it, the order you put it in, and you can't be nice. You can't. It's not conversational. You have to be very, very specific.
So you don't have to be polite with it.
No,
right?
you don't.
Just ask it what you want to know.
Exactly.
Right? All right.
Exactly.
And BJ, where should people go to get more information?
ShapingCTsFuture.com. Our third event on MarTech and AI is today at 3:30. So you can still sign up and come come down. And we have about 300 people registered so far. Executives.
Is it just in person, or is it going to be virtually as well?
It's just in person right now. And we'll have another installment in September.
Okay, good.
We're working with Anthony and some executives from different businesses around the state to continue to grow this platform.
All right, awesome. Yeah, great news. We love to see it.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being with us on the program.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.